Hello, my Scorpio collective. This is Zaida Velgara from Becoming I Am here with your reading for April 2026. I hope you enjoy. So, like for those that are new to my channel, let me let you know that what we're going to start off with is astrology. I like to pick 4 points for the entire month of April, and I'm going to see with Oracle how that's going to affect you. And then after I do that, then I do some tarot to get your final message. So I hope you enjoy that. And starting off, April 9th. April 9th, the Mars enters the sign of Aries. This is the inner warrior waking up, which is really fierce for my Scorpio collector because Scorpio is a little feisty. Um, so it's like if you feel like you need to do something, you do it. If you have a dream or desire, you take action on it. If you have a desire to heal, you start initiating that healing process. So it is a very active period of time. And I want to see how it affects you using the chakra deck. Okay. So this one's interesting. I think I got this for another sign. Oh, I forgot to flip that over. That's okay. It's a card of service and it's talking about your sacral space. And so it's talking about the energy that we dispense by taking care of others. Oh, look at how my phone just confirmed that to me. The energy we dispense by taking care of others, or the energy we don't dispense um, when we should be taking care of ourselves. So this is talking about balancing out the care of self and the care of others and kind of creating like I want to say balance. I feel like it depends on who you are. Every single one of us is a little bit different, but it feels like the person I'm talking to either has been doing too much for others and not enough for themselves, or doing enough, a lot for themselves and not taking care of others. So it's important that we keep that balance because we need to fill this cup before we fill another. So one of the things that I'm feeling that this energy is going to activate for you is self-care and also attending to those that you care about because it's going to be activating your sacral space. So this is the awakening of your divine feminine energy, and when that awakens, you have a desire to create, but also a desire to heal. So that being said, the next thing we're going to look at is April 17th. This one must be taking place in your life strongly in October because I said October, like we're not even close to that right now. It's the new moon in Aries. And why is this important? Because we have 6 placements in Aries. We have the sun, we have the moon, I have it written down here, so I'm looking to the side. Neptune, Saturn, Mars, and Mercury. So there's a lot of activation in Aries. I would look into your birth chart and see what house Aries is located in so that you know exactly where this is going to affect you. Because everybody's going to get affected a little bit differently. We all have Aries placement. We just need to know what house it's located in. And if there's any signs on it, it makes it a little bit more intense. Okay. And so I want to see what's being activated for you in this moon energy, this new moon energy. Woo! The card fell on my lap. Oh, and this one wanted to come off when I grabbed it. It says, hold your vision. Oh, I'm not even going to show you the cards now. They're backwards if they have writing. And confidence is key to success. So this is, you have to believe in yourself. So if we went back to the beginning of the month where something is awakening, it is self-care that you should be taking care of. I think that you are very, very good, Scorpio, at making sure everyone else is okay. Everything else is attended to, but you don't really make sure that you're okay. And it is time for you to tune in to what it is that you want to be able to move forward. So keep that in mind. There are dreams, there's aspirations, there's desires that you have going forward, and you need to invest the time, energy, effort to make it come true. And the way we do that is to kind of take care of ourselves. Okay. The next thing we're going to be looking at is the sun entering the sign of Taurus. I like this. This will be in April 20th, just because the energy grounds down, like it settles. When we have a lot of fire, right? It's a lot of action, a lot of passion, a lot of anger, a lot of, fiery energy, right? But we don't have a lot of sustenance on the earth plane to make it happen, right? So when Taurus comes along, it's kind of like the bull, really stubborn, really direct, very, I'm going to do this because I said so, going and taking place here. So if you were thinking about all that passion that's been like steering up inside of you this entire time, now we have the bull saying, okay, now it's time for to make it like 3D so you can make this happen. All right. This is great because sacral space is all about creation. Sacral space is all about your ideas. Sacral space is all about your abundance. So 3D material world. This thing is saying, hold your vision, make it happen. You know you want this. So this is definitely the activation of acting on some kind of dream that's coming towards you. And then this last part is kind of the energy of, okay, I think we can, and start moving forward in it. So I want to see how it's going to affect you. Oh, look at that. We got 3. The first thing we have is voyage. You already have all the answers. So this is, let's get out of idea island. Let's get out of idea island and let's get to let's do this island. Okay. Sometimes we get stuck in, but I'm missing money, I'm missing resources, I'm missing this, that, this other thing before we can make things happen. It reminds me of like people when they're thinking about having a kid, or they're thinking about opening a business, or they're thinking to start something that requires a lot of them to make it happen. They always give themselves excuses. I need to have this degree. I need to have this money. I need to make these connections. I need to lose this weight. I need to get this healthy. It doesn't matter. You know, we always give ourselves excuses. And that excuses, we're saying it's a form of planning, and we're planning it so that we can get the best outcome out of it. It's not planning. It's procrastination, is because we're scared. So just keep in mind that you already got everything you need. You will absolutely not be perfect. I can tell you, as myself, even when I started this whole business situation, whatever, you don't know all the answers and you're going to F up. And that's okay because you're learning, right? And the next one we have feather. Think first before you judge. And the third one is raindrops. Take a chance on them. Okay. And then another thing besides get out of idea island. Okay. I feel like one of the things that happens to us is that we judge ourselves. I don't think this is external. I think this is internal because we're all talking about you here, right? This one goes back to the confidence energy is key with the lion, okay? Because sometimes we judge ourselves by other people, right? Like, for example, I'm going to give you an example that you guys might not understand, but I do because I'm here. So, like, starting off these YouTube channels, how many people are on here reading tarot and getting 150, 200,000 subscribers, or maybe the million subscribers, etc., etc.? How many people are there? And I don't even have that. And in the beginning, that would frustrate me. That would tell me, you know, maybe what I'm doing is not right. Maybe the lesson, what I'm trying to teach people is not right. And I try to change a lot in the beginning to accommodate for what people wanted. But it was selling myself short because it wasn't what I wanted. And eventually I got to the point where I'm like, you know what? This is my contribution for the universe. And I know I'm going to receive this in return, maybe not in the subscribers that I have in this channel, but in other ways. And I'm okay with that. And so as soon as and I'm going to be me. So instead of I started doing that, this channel started growing first. But secondly, I didn't care anymore. Like, if you like the message, good. If you don't like the message, good. I'm a healer. I'm a healer first, second, and third. I'm also an exorcist first, second, and third. So in other words, my job is to remove from you the things that you have inside yourself that are limiting you. I'm not going to tell you you're perfect all the time because we're human and we're not perfect. I'm not going to tell you that, oh, everybody around you is doing all this evil stuff and you're the poor little victim of the situation. Well, yeah, if you want to be everybody's bitch, you're going to be the victim. But if you want to actually take control of your life and kind of take the bull by its horns, then you're going to have to suck it up, buttercup, and do stuff. And that is something that not a lot of people like to hear, because people like the small violin in the world, and they follow the people that encourage their small violin in the world. I ain't got time for that. I'm not that like that with my kids. I'm not like that with myself, and I'm not like that with my partner. And somebody might think, "Oh, that's a really tough. I mean, she's such an asshole, or she's this or what." I don't care. You don't give me to eat. I'm not surviving through you. This is what I like for me, right? That's what I'm going to tell you for this, because whatever it is that you're planning on doing, the you're using others around you as a gauge as to what you're supposed to look like, sound like, be like. What everybody is different. And what makes you different, it's what makes you special. And sometimes that means that you won't get people getting you for a while, but eventually people are going to get you. Let time go. You're learning, you're expanding. Every single one of these videos that I did, I learned how to use a computer that I didn't know how to do before. I learned how to edit videos that I didn't know before. I gained confidence to talk to people. Right now, I'm the person I am at home, in the street, with my clients, and everything. There is no difference to this person that you see in front of you. And because I'm comfortable with myself. And it all started with me making these videos. And so, like, that's what I'm saying. In the beginning, you won't have confidence in yourself. In the beginning, you won't feel secure. In the beginning, you will think that things have to be a certain way, blah, blah, blah. And then you get to the point where it's like, nobody knows shit. I'm just going to do it my way, because my way is for me, not for everybody else. And I think I have a hair that's touching me. I think that's what the lesson here is coming through in April. And I think that's the realization that's going to wake up in you. It's like, I'm going to do it my way, because this is for me. This is not for everybody else. And so I guess that's what I see with that. And then the last thing we're going to talk about is Uranus entering the sign of Gemini. It starts on the 25th of April, but that energy will be present in the collective until May 22, 2033, 36 years of this, okay? Approximately. So what I'm saying is that that's the energy of chaos and change quickly, quickly. And mostly because it's the wind element, changing your mind, okay? Changing the way that you speak, because you change. And so I know this is going to be drastic. This is when this energy came about last time. It wasn't a different, it was influenced by a different energy, but it still was present. Was around summer of last year, like May all the way to like August-ish of last year. It was on and off of that energy. We had a lot of people marching, a lot of people protesting, a lot of people speaking up for things that they feel is injustice. Just think of that worldly, but also internally. And that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about this 36 years of you being you. It's amazing. So I want to see how it's going to affect you, my Scorpios. Mira. Oh, I was about to tell you in Spanish. Look, two came out. Three came out. The first one that came out is wisdom. Okay. And look at, she's a mermaid going deep into the ocean. Wisdom that is deep within you that you're not conscious of. Second, flexibility. And flexibility is talking about, yes, there are going to be times that people will bend you, like will push against you, kind of like the bamboo shoots that you see here. You will be pushed and swayed in many, 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 many directions. And your job is to continue your path, because though they will bend you, they will not break you. And the last one is truth, because there's some truth that is inside of you that needs to be revealed, that only you can say it, only you can do it, only you can actualize it. And this can be on anything. This can be on a job. It doesn't matter what job you are. Maybe you're a cook, right? And the truth that you're revealing, that you're not being flexible about, is something that you feel inside of yourself, of the way that things are set up in the kitchen that are causing problems with everybody that's there. And it's a need to create this change and push this change going forward, right? This is what I'm saying. It doesn't, people assume that this is like, ooh, so spiritual. It can be 3D. And holding on to that truth. And then everybody starting to realize, holy crap, when we did do the thing that this person said that we should do in this kitchen, everything is starting to flow better. And everybody kind of doesn't get in each other's way and isn't like cranky with each other, because we made this change, because you listen to your truth, right? This can be also raising a child. Every single child is different. All right. So maybe the other person does soft parenting, right? But maybe you're a tough person and you don't have a problem to smack a kid in the butt if he's being stupid, right? None of those are bad. Okay. I am a big believer of extremes being extreme. Does that make sense? Like if you don't want to speak, like if you're beating a kid until a kid can't think anymore, and if you're being way too nice that the kid doesn't have any rules or regulations, both of them are the same thing, the same type of abuse, two different spectrums. A person needs balance someplace in the middle. Okay. We're seeing that in the world where we went from one extreme to the other extreme, and look at all the stupidity that we have in the world right now. No, we need something in the middle because there is no such thing as black and white. Okay, so keep that in mind as you're going through this. Be in the middle. And also be flexible, because besides them pushing against you and trying to make you change, also you have to see how your changes are affecting those around you. So everybody is not to the level of understanding, of clarity, of movement as you. So it's good for you to like kind of gauge it and kind of see how you can slowly start creating these changes little by little, baby steps. And people can accept baby steps better than slapping them in the face with a whole mess of change. Make sense? I hope that helps. So I want to see, I have 2 cards for that, but you got 3, but I got this shamanic card deck that I wanted to also pull with that. So I want to see what else comes out of this. This is more spiritual. This is crazy. You got the card of duality. You're just going to have to trust me. It says duality in backwards. Duality is literally, there is no black, there is no white, there is gray. And you need to be able to balance both aspects of yourself to find that gray period, right? I like extremes are extremes. Like those people that exercise until they drop, right? And those people that don't exercise at all. Not exercising at all, terrible for you. Exercising too much, I mean, there are people in this world that in their 40s already have the physical breakdown of their bodies of a 70 or 80-year-old because they did it so hard in the gym and they thought they were being healthy and they were not. They were breaking down their systems. Everything in extreme is bad. It's like not drinking enough water, really bad for you, right? Because we are made out of water. So like a big percentage of us, I think it's like an 80% or something like that, is water inside of us. Okay. And so it's important to drink water. No water, very bad. Too much water, you can overhydrate and actually pop your red blood cells and kill yourself. You can Google that. It's true. You can kill yourself by drinking too much water. So anything in excess is bad. Keep that in mind. And that's what I'm seeing here. Okay. And then I just heard you can be the most awesome parent in the world and give the kid everything they want, and then the kid falls into all kinds of problems. Or you can be the strictest parent in the world and make sure they don't do absolutely nothing wrong, and the kid falls in problems. And then you can be an okay parent and the kids figures it out. They need time to evolve themselves too, because you can't be around them 24 hours a day, vice versa. I don't know. They're just giving me so many examples of extremes that are like bad that people assume are good, but they're not. Everything in balance. There is no black and white. Now, let's get your last message, my Scorpio. Oh, this reading is so much better than the Libra reading. Libra, I couldn't even talk. I was all confused. We have the Empress card in reverse. We have the Six of Cups in reverse. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune upright. That is interesting because it goes back to your sacral space energy that I saw in the beginning. What I'm seeing is that there's some kind of imbalance inside of you when it comes to taking care of others and taking care of yourself, right? when female energy, like the Empress energy, is on steroids, let's call it like that. When she's on steroids, what happens is that either we give too much and we're constantly giving and taking care of people and making sure they're okay, or we get raged out and angry because we have to take care of everybody and it's not fair that I can't take care of myself. So see the extremes. So there was a big imbalance inside of you. I feel like there was times where all you did was give, 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 because people needed you. They needed you so much. You just needed to help them. You needed to help them. And then there was periods of time that you would lose your shit and just hate everybody. Everybody wants everything from me. They don't even help me out, blah, blah, blah. And you rage out. A lot of people think that that's the activation of the divine masculine energy when you get raged out. And honestly, that is a distorted female energy. Masculine energy, when it's in, when it's wrong, like when it's distorted, it has it's a narcissist that tries to control everything. And then the one, or underproductive, where it has no control over their reality. So, I mean, anyways, the rage is more of a distorted feminine energy. So we have that. And then we have the energy of the Six of Cups in reverse. So what I'm seeing is that you're totally out of balance when it comes to your divine feminine energy. And then we have the letting go of the past. And so when you let go of the past, it actually changes your destiny because the Wheel of Fortune is over there. And do you see how there is a black and a white Santa Muerte there, right? That reminds me of the black and the white bird here. You're starting to realize the duality of a nature. There is love and compassion in being strict sometimes. There is love and compassion in having boundaries. And there is love and compassion in saying no. Just as much as there is love and compassion as nurturing, as saying yes, and as letting people in. Does that make sense? This is like all about waking up to the duality of nature. That's what April feels like to me. You're going to understand that it's not black and there's white. There's all gray. And you're just like, holy crap. This whole time I thought this is the right way to do things and that's it. And now you're realizing there's no such thing. It's what's right for me. Like what's balanced inside of me, right? Then we have the Hermit card in reverse, followed by the Temperance. I'm liking this, okay? And then after that, we have the Two of Pentacles. And this is interesting because what is happening is that you are releasing this energy of isolation, of having to do things by yourself because you can't trust people, because people can't do things right, because blah, 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 blah. You're releasing that and you're balancing again. Balance is your a month of April for you, Scorpio, is all about reality of the duality of nature and balance. And then we have the Two of Pentacles. And the Two of Pentacles usually is like a juggling, but this one is your two natures coming to see each other and holding themselves in a strong embrace. It's very balanced. In the bottom of the deck, there's a wish fulfillment coming up. And then we also have this one. And I like this one because this is the Five of Swords. And usually it's like you're the wounded warrior. And instead, it feels like a return to sender. And then we have the energy of the Chariot card. And then like validating it, we have the energy of the Ten of Wands. So I don't know, there's something, your wish of all this negativity, all this ugly, all this whatever that has been sent your way, being sent back to where it belongs and no longer carrying it, it's totally happening here. It's totally happening here. You are definitely releasing some kind of something. That was placed upon you. Because let's be honest, when we have black and white thinking, it was either taught by society, it was taught by our family, it was taught by our religion. Because when we're kids, we don't know the rules of this game. And so you come in and you have your parents, you have society, you have your upbringing, you have your religion, etc., that tells you this is how this is done, this is how that is done, this is how we live this reality. And for your, as you're a kid, you accept it. That's just the way the world is. And then as you start growing and evolving and becoming mature and older, that stops being so true, and you start realizing that that things are more gray, that things are not as black and white as everybody said they were, and that even though something might work for one person, it might not work for you. I can tell you that specifically too when it comes to taking care of kids, because I got to give you things to my experience so that you understand visual pictures, right? I have 4 boys. All of them are born in the month of June. So 3 of them are Geminis. One is a Cancer. Their dad is a Cancer. So all the men in my life are all from the month of June. Not a one of them want the same thing. Not a one of them do I talk the same way to. And not a one of them do I have to work with the same way. Every single one of them is different. Because even though we might be raised in the same home, our birth order has a difference in the way that we perceive things. Examples are different, so then we perceive things differently. And we come from past life experiences that start evolving through in our reality. And that also affects the way we think we are. So that's creating. So this is like a really convoluted universe, and we need to be open to the fact that rules are BS in some aspects, because there is no just black and white. There's so much freaking gray. I hope you get it. Bye.